Climb through the clutter.
These are the hard facts.
Hi, I'm Samantha Cunningham-Zabelinski, and this week on Hard Facts, I have Tori Hoffman, our Director of Social Media at Pochats, joining us because we're going to go over the realm of advertising on Instagram. We're going to cover 4 key points when, advertising on Instagram.
Yes, I think the most important thing to think of is targeting options. So who are you going to target and what is your message going to be is step 1 to developing any sort of advertising campaign.
So with that, what we're talking about is identifying what our goal is. So if we're advertising, for example, an F-150, we can target with things like demographic, we can target with things geographically, what their interests are, what their profession is. And those are some of the really big areas of opportunity you want to focus on when you're targeting those ads, because, we could show it to a plethora of people, but we're kind of wasting our money, right?
Oh, absolutely. You definitely want to target your message to reach the people who are most likely to interact with it. And by that I mean you want to use Facebook. As you know, Facebook owns Instagram, so that means that you have all of these advanced targeting options to target your ads to the people who are most likely to convert.
So I think that's a really good point and something we want to make sure you're paying attention to. When we run ads on Instagram and kind of go through to set up those parameters, I'm actually going into the Facebook ad planner and targeting it through there. Is that correct?
Yes, you're using that tool in an effort to build out your ads.
So it's actually kind of a bonus because I can do both fairly simply.
Yes, you can. You have the ability to run the same ad on Facebook and Instagram. However, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that because you want your message to be different because it's 2 different platforms.
And I think with that kind of brings us to our second point is really the ad that we're showing customers. Now, there's 2 different types of ads we can show, just your general 1 picture ad, or we can do a carousel.
Yeah.
But what about that ad should we be paying attention to? Because the strategy is going to be different than, for example, a really pretty display ad you want to run.
Yep, so with Instagram, what you want to do for the most part is have more type of artsy types of images. If your message represents a stock photo, most likely, you can use that. I wouldn't recommend it all of the time.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you can use the stock photo.
Well, and test it with what your audience is. I know I was looking at some of the stuff you were running the other day, and we're all over the board with our images, and we're seeing success across the board. For example, like that F-150 ad, I know we were doing some ads for pickup trucks, for example, and one of them you had was a custom BDP photo that you were utilizing to just show what your offer was. And another one I saw that was kind of cool was we were actually showing a truck that was being utilized for some of the towing capacity. So kind of going into some of the seasonality of things, whether it be your snowmobile or your ski-doo, depending on the type of season, showing it for all of the versatility that it has, and then making sure that versatility matches your target audience. Again, kind of correlates to that first point.
Yep, and going along with that, also matches your message. You don't want to use an image of towing capacity if you're talking about in the interior features.
That's
so you want
really
to make
true.
sure it matches. And to also go off your point, the targeting capabilities, you have the ability to target based on demographics. So you can target based on the work environment someone is in, the type of work they do, the things that they buy, the hobbies that they have. So you really have an ability to really deep down target people based on the fact that they're most likely to buy an F-150.
That's perfect. And I mean, there's a few things that we need to pay attention to that on other social platforms we necessarily wouldn't think of. I know when we were talking, you were saying filters and hashtags are really important.
Oh, absolutely. Filter number 1, it makes your picture look a little bit prettier.
What are you trying to say about my Instagram feed?
I mean, nothing.
What is she trying to say?
Filters, they're great. They're fun. Play with them, have a little bit of fun. It will make your image stand out. It's more eye-catching. Someone's more likely to click on it if they like what they're seeing. Hashtags are the most important things you can do on Instagram. It's the way people will find your content. It's under the discover option. So when people are searching keywords, they're searching by hashtags. So you want to incorporate something that not only people are going to search for, but that represents your message as well.
Great. Anything else we should make sure we're paying attention to when using Instagram?
I think just the important thing is to always be testing, always checking your performance and see what you can do better. Everything isn't always going to be perfect the first time you do it. Learn and see how you can grow and make your ads a little bit better each time.
So I'd like to say thank you to Tori for joining us. If you have any questions for her, feel free to send them into our hard facts email and we'll make sure they get her way. That's just another example of how a hard fact turns into a solid strategy. Like, tweet, or comment below on a topic you'd like me to cover, and I'll see you next week.